Hey, how you do? It's Rusty, guys. I'm running around down here at the warehouse in level X3 SS2 asterisk purple. I wanted to be in blue today, but somebody had already reserved that. It's not a problem. Peaches is just really good at booking those things ahead of time, much better than I am. But anyhow, I'm going to get into some stuff today. I'm showing you lots of things that I've held on to and collected over the year, and now I'm going to pull them all out and list them all at the same time, and I'll tell you why right now. Let's check it out.
Ahora estás viendo a Rusty como.
I'm about to clue you into a little strategy that we employ down here at the warehouse in order to not only sell items quickly, but to draw people into the rest of the items in our store. I'm going to show you that, and then as soon as we go through some of these items, I've picked out 10 really nice things that we've sold in the last 30 days so you can get an idea of what we sell and what people are fishing for this Christmas season.
Rusty's Hot Tips.
I got a few different lots here, folks, of things I'm going to put together and sell. This is a bunch of different types of pearls. Little cultured pearls, different colors. This is kind of like a pinkish color. We got some sort of whites and some olive colored ones, sort of champagne colored ones down here. These are basically, guys, made for jewelry making, okay? Some other really pretty ones here. And what I can do is I can just put one little baggie of these like this up for auction. And what I do is I put in the description, please see our store for lots of other similar items. And that's why I put these all up at the same time. If I'm going to do this lot, I'm going to put them all up basically at the same time, or one right after another rather, so that on auction, as people see this and they see the low price, I'll probably put it up just for a few bucks each. Then they can go in and really drives traffic to your store to do that, guys. Here's another lot of some stuff. Same thing. These are all similar items. They're not the same size, but they're the same brand. These are different drill bits. You can see they core through and they can do a hole of various sizes. They use these a lot of times to drill, larger ones to drill into doors, to put in new handles, but for a variety of other reasons. And I got a couple of their same size here. But I'll put them up and I'll say, please see the store for other similar items. Here's something that I'm going to throw up as a lot. You've seen me go through bags before in other videos. If you haven't seen those, guys, we got a whole playlist on jewelry and other things about costume jewelry, from cost, value, makers, how to find value, how to sell them, all that. But this baggie, I've already gone through and pulled out the stuff that I want to sell individually, and this has been over time kind of building up until I have something that's worth, this is probably 4 or 5 pounds, and I'll put the weight on there, and I'll just say, various costume jewelry stuff, throw that up as a lot, and then that will drive traffic to my store where I have other nicer pieces of costume jewelry and also fine jewelry. Here's a nice little grouping of things, same premise. I've kept these and not listed them as I bought them until I had a handful so that when I list, I can list several at the same time, and that someone who looks for this kind of thing will see several of them pop up, or if they just get turned on to one item, they can go to the store and see the rest. And what we're talking about here, guys, are vintage men's and women's watches. The thing that these have in common are that they are all either gold-filled or solid gold, whether that be the band or the bezel or the backing. Here's one right here. It doesn't say it on the back of this one, but if you pop this top off, look on the inside, it will say the gold content. Then you've got ones like this that on the back here on the top, if you can see that, I don't know if it'll zoom in, but it says 12 karat gold filled. Okay, so this is gold plated. This is a Hamilton brand, which is a well-known, well-established watch brand, earlier one. Same thing here. This is, what do we got here? A Crosby. It says a number of jewels on it, and it says that it is gold-filled on the back as well. And then you've got some of these ladies' ones that you've seen in maybe other videos, and they say either on the back here like this, or if you, again, pop the top off, it'll tell what the gold content is. And this one right here, it's got diamonds, it accented as well. But I'll put these up, folks. I'll put them up on auction so that they have 7 or 10 days with which for potential buyers to see them. And then I'm drawing their attention, guys. Just to throw one of these up, you're missing out on an opportunity of advertising for your store as a whole. And that's kind of what this video is about, folks, is taking items that you can then, not only are you wanting to sell it, but you're wanting to find customers who lack several items. It gives them more options within your store. And also you build followers. You know that you can follow eBay stores. You can follow certain buyers and or certain stores. And when they put new items up into their store, it will alert you that they have new items. Much like YouTube, as a matter of fact. Folks, did you know that on YouTube, you can, obviously you can subscribe to a channel, and if just like ours, if you like our channel, please subscribe. But another thing you can do is click on the little bell icon that's just below the video there on the right, and what happens is whenever new videos come out, YouTube will notify you that a new video has dropped. So you don't have to be thinking about the channel and I wonder if they have anything new. It'll come directly to you. If you didn't know that, now you do. We'd love it if you did that for our channel. But in general, if you like a channel and you want to know when they have new stuff out, click on that bell icon. Another lot of items, guys, that I have here. I'm going to pour these out so you can kind of see. You can see I have several of them. What are these, Rusty? Well, folks, these are gemstones, okay? And this entire bag is full of gemstones. Semi-precious to precious gemstones. We have, in some cases, nicer pieces like this, which actually this is topaz. I thought that from just looking up above high, I thought that was maybe a sapphire. But I've got others in here, folks, all kinds of ones. And what I've done is I've gone through, here's a nice, beautiful aquamarine. I had a price on that at one point when I had it in an antique store. It didn't sell. But anyhow, this is a 4.38 carat aquamarine. You can see it's an oval. And I have all kinds of different types in here. And so what I would do is I would say I would commit to a day. Here's a nice a pink sapphire, as you can see, 2 carat. I would go through and I would just decide to photograph and list a bunch. I don't know how many folks I've got in here. I have well over 100. Some of these are real nice. Like this is a Colombian emerald, 1.92 carats. I mean, I'm just, I'm swimming around here a little bit in different gemstones. And it's fun. It's really neat. Here's a beautiful kunzite. It's a very large piece. Somewhere over there in the Middle East, I believe. It may have been an African country. I can't remember where I got that from, but a 23 carat. That'd be nice for a pendant on, say, a necklace or something like that. But all that to say, folks, what I do is I would go through. Here's another emerald. A beautiful green. I will go through and I will list a bunch of these and I'll put in the very beginning of my description, folks, take a look at our store. We have, oodles and oodles of more gemstones, similar things, and I'll even say at wholesale prices because I'm not going to sell these for super expensive. I'm not a jewelry store. My eBay store is not a jewelry store specifically, but I'll be putting a bunch of these up here. We've got some really beautiful stuff. Tourmalines. Looks like this is a Paraiba tourmaline, 3.3 carats. I'm sure that is an enhanced one. Paraibas are quite valuable and rare. But folks, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. We've amassed these over the last year to 2 years, and I'm just now getting, this is a really cool looking kind. It's called a watermelon tourmaline. It's like a reddish color on one side, and it kind of goes to the other side in like this very, very soft light green color. That's a 4 carat, a little over a 4 carat one there. Here's another one, same idea. You can see that with the light. It's beautiful. This one's a little bit more of a, look at that. They call it watermelon tourmaline, and this is natural, folks. It's just made like this. It's red on one side and green on the other. Really kind of a cool stone. So anyhow, folks, definitely consider doing this. If you need the money quickly and you need to just throw these things up and sell and make your money back, I totally get it. I totally understand. Some opals. But if it makes sense, if you know you're going to get into several, definitely consider holding off and then putting them all out at once. You'd be surprised at how you might have one buyer who buys multiple items because you have them available. They'll watch your store for future items, and they may even tell their friends. It's nice if you have multiple items in your store so that people have options. Right here, folks, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some things that we sold. Here are 10 items that we've sold in the last 30 days, kind of leading up to the Christmas season here. We'll start with this one that sold just a few days ago. This is a 1966 Gibson B25 acoustic guitar. It's a really nice sounding guitar. It's a smaller bodied. It's an X-brace guitar. If you know much about these, this is about the size of the LG models that came out in the heydays of the 40s, 50s, and 60s of Gibson. It would be similar to an LG2 because it is X-braced. That means the bracing on the inside goes in an X shape. It we've seen over the years that actually is a better design than ladder bracing, which are little braces that are just in parallel to one another. It's keeps it nice and sturdy. It keeps that bridge from raising up and cracking as much the top of the body. But in this case, definitely in used condition, but very beautiful look, and the sound was great. I was happy to get that. This, guys, I bought this and sold it the next day. If you haven't checked, there's definitely a video I put out on this. But this was a letter style jacket. This is for the night of the Late Show with David Letterman, December 1992. That was the time when CBS reached out and offered David Letterman his own late night TV show to leave NBC and come to CBS. I paid $50 for this at a thrift store locally, and by the next day it had sold. I had it up for $450, and I accepted a $399 offer and was very happy to move that. Beautiful. Here is a real picture postcard. For those of you who have scoffed and don't care about postcards, guys, you need to learn. You need to look into this because there are some incredible old historical moments captured. And in some of these cases, it's the only one that's remained, the only one left. And I don't know if this is the only one of its kind, but I'm assuming that it is. It's an African-American gentleman. This is circa 1900. Let's see. Okay, this would be somewhere as early as 1908, probably between 1908 and 1915. My guess is this is around 1910, that sort of thing. The reason I know that is that on the back here, postcards prior to 1908, so we're talking 1900, late 1800s to 1907, had undivided backs. So this line here would not be there. Excuse me. And so this has got to be after 1907 because they're now dividing the postcard. It's a gentleman holding a large doll, a white doll with a white porcelain face that would have been hand painted. I call this guy the doll maker. I don't know for sure, but I think that he's got this smock on. I think that he just finished a doll and he's posing to show this creation that he made. I put this up. I can't remember. I think I listed it for maybe $100. It sold on auction for $332. I sold this 2 weeks after I purchased it. I paid $18 at an antique store for this. Here is just a lot of scrap silver that I had purchased. And again, I'd pieced this together over the course of the year. Broken pieces, things that people were selling for cheap because it couldn't really be used as jewelry. Well, I saved that metal because people will melt that down because it's sterling silver. And this was 270 grams. And it sold for $210. So I'm getting roughly 75% dollar amount per the gram. So if this is $200 this was 200 grams, I expect to get around $150 for it. This is 270 grams, and I got 210. I was quite pleased with that. Here we have a necklace. It was 14 karat gold. What they call the Mount St. Helens emerald, which is not actually an emerald. It's actually a man-made stone. It took volcanic dust basically from Mount St. Helens and they compressed it and they turned it into a man-made stone. It's this beautiful, very light green color, kind of like the color of glacier-fed lakes up in the Washington area if you've ever been up there. It's beautiful. But I paid roughly $30 for this. Sold it on auction for $142.50. If you remember back, it's been a few months, but I bought a lot of mixed Legos at a Goodwill, and I paid about $100 for that lot because I could see that there were some old vintage Star Wars action figures mixed in there. I had no idea that there were this many. There were 22, I believe. No, 26 Star Wars characters, including Boba Fett there, and then you have the original 1977, Darth Vader and Chewbacca and Leia, and you've got Luke there and Obi-Wan. Now they're missing their telescoping lightsabers, as you can see, but he does have his original plastic jacket on there, Darth does. And I sold those Legos for roughly what I paid, around $100, $120. So I have my money back. Everything here was profit then, and I sold this really fast. Right there, as you can, click on, it's right here. Right there, you see it says 14K. They didn't know where to look, and I paid about $15 for this thing, and I sold it for $95 in the last 30 days. This was another one I picked up at a thrift store I like. It was this old Victorian brush and mirror set. They had $2 a piece on each of these. So for the set, I paid $4. What they didn't realize is that right here, it says sterling. So these are quite large and heavy. They're made entirely of sterling silver, which is a precious metal. Sold this pair for $72 and $10 shipping. Good little flip off of $4. Jewelry making, wire supplies lot. Got this right here. I bought a box of supplies, jewelry making supplies, for $18. Lots of stuff, beads and everything included. This is the first thing from that lot that I sold, but I've already made my $18 back and a healthy profit, and probably 80% of what was in that tub has yet to be sold. This was a really fun one, folks. I bought a lot a few weeks ago of 126 photo booth and small picture images in a lot, and I paid $72 for 126 images. Well, we have a nice collection of photo booth images down here at the warehouse. So what I did was I took that 126 and I sorted through, and I pulled out about 50 of them that we wanted for our collection. Then I made my own lot of 75 or 80 of them, and I just sold that lot for $85. So I made money on the lot, plus I got about 50 photo booth images for free for our collection. It was a very nice little flip and addition to our collection. I hope that helped, cousins. You have a great one. Stay safe, and we'll catch you soon. Rusty hair